Good afternoon. I hope you had a wonderful morning and a wonderful day at school and are excited to do this second day of your flipped classroom. Yesterday we talked about present and past tense verbs. Today we're going to review those two tenses and then talk about the future tense. Don't forget, if you have any questions for me, make sure that you write them down because you won't remember tomorrow when I ask you for questions. So if you write them down, you're more likely to remember. To review from yesterday, present tense verbs. They usually end in S or don't end in S for other types of subjects. They happen now, in the present. It is currently happening in front of your eyes. An example, a pencil marks a thin line. It is doing it now, in the present. Crayons mark a thick line. You see how pencil is singular, which is why it has an S on the end of marks. A pencil marks. Crayons is plural. There's more than one, so there is no S on the end of mark. Past tense verbs usually end with ed, id. They happen in the past. It happened before. Example, the chalk marked a fat line. It doesn't do it now. The chalk doesn't mark a fat line. It marked it already. Now we're going to talk about the future tense, and this is a little different, but I bet you can figure out when the future tense happens. It happens in the future. Doesn't happen before. It's not happening now. It happens in the future. It usually uses the helping verb will. That's easy because tomorrow I will teach you reading. Tomorrow you will do your homework. The helping verb will is always used in future tense. For example, paintbrushes will mark a wide line. They're not doing it now. They didn't do it already. They do it in the future. You will study for your spelling test. This is a subtle reminder that you need to be studying your spelling words as well. Let's do some interactive questions. This is where I will read the question and pause, and then you answer out loud. Then we'll see if you're right. Are you ready? Get your brains on. Get your thinking caps on. Here we go. Harriet discovered a box of art supplies. Is that in the past tense, the future tense, or the present tense? Yep, it's in the past. It has that ed on the end. She lifts it onto the table. She's doing that now in the present tense. We will paint with its colors. It has that ding, 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 ding helping verb will. If it has that helping verb will, you know it is the future tense. Greg placed brushes before us. Yep, it has that ed on the end for placed, so it is the past tense. Bonita and Joe will clean the paint jars. Yep, it has that helping verb will. Very, very important, meaning it's future. Here are your practice questions. You are going to write past, present, or future on your flipped classroom homework sheet. This is day 2. I suggest that you pause the video so that you're able to answer the questions without being rushed. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow. Remember to bring any questions you have for me. Have a good night.